Hi, La, Ralph.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Or as we would say in Haida, hula dunk gudungung. That's really good to hear. We're just waiting for some more classmates. I think we'll start with share screen though. Um, I could take a look at some of the things we're going to go over.
How
Ngaila, Tingai, Kujanga.
Hey, Leela and I are going to be moving around today, so we won't participate, but we're going to be listening in.
Okay, huge get lost. Sounds good.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm looking for, here it is, exclamations and phrases. And where we left off, we will sing Haida songs. Here it is. This is where we left off on Monday. Haga, Hadas, Salangai, Kalang, a Jew song. Tonight we will sing Haida song. The only reason why I have this hyphen here is to show where the breakup goes. It could be a little confusing if you have a long sentence. How does the flow go? So with this hyphen here, we know that we say these three Haida words first. And then we go into the pronoun and verb. Um, so Haga, tonight, Hadas, Salangai, Haida songs, and we're using the definitive with songs. Kalang, we in an active sentence, a Jew to sing, song is future tense, so that's will. So it really does mean tonight we will sing Haida songs. Halga, Hadas, Salangai, Talang Kajusan. I think I should put in some phonetics. Olga, well, we know Hadas. Whoops. Um, Let me make sure my Haida keyboard is on. There we go. Okay. So, uh, Salanai. Then we have Salang, uh, Jew song. Um, so we have the phonetics now. Olga, Hadas, Salangai. Ellen a Jew song. Tonight we will sing Haida songs. Olga, Hades, Salangai, Ellen a Jew song. Ralph,
Olga, Charas, Salangai, Talang, Kajusong.
Hulagan. Now, okay, to follow up on that, we have the time that it will happen. Let's see, some phonetics. Pesket la unk lu yada song. Okay. Casket la unk lu yada song. Trying to figure out where the breakup goes. Casket la unk lu yada song. Okay, so it's right here. So this phrase, it's a statement. So there's no pronoun. So we would say these three words first. Casket, und, blue, hidasan. So casket is time, hour, clock, or watch. So in this case, casket is o'clock. Und is 6. Blue usually means when. In this case, it means at. With time, it could also mean about, but in this case, it's at. Our verb here, hit, means a lot of different things. In this case, it means to be thus, and future tense. So so it means it will be. This means at. This means 6, and this means o'clock. So it really does mean it will be at 6 o'clock. It will be at 6 o'clock. Kasket und flu hidasan. Kasket und flu hidasan. Kasket und flu hidasan. I don't know why, but after saying und, it's harder to say glue. Kasket und flu hidasan. Ralph,
Pesket, La Unf, Blue, Hida Song.
Hulaga now. Okay, now we're going to go into a little bit of sarcasm. Pedant. Oh, I should do some phonetics. Here, done, pedant, pedant, pedant. It's an exclamation. It means no wonder, or it's no wonder. And then, of course, the follow-up phrase is the sarcasm. Um, but hidden, uh, we could use this for a lot of things. Maybe we at a function and eating some food, and we want to know who made the fish egg salad, and um, someone will tell us, and we might say, "Hidden, no wonder." Well, as in, no wonder it tastes so good. Of course, it tastes good. This person made it, and they're really good at making it. Um, so it just can be used in a lot of different situations. It could be sincere. It could be that you're shocked or surprised. Um, and in this case, it's sarcasm. Um, but before I get into the sarcasm, Ralph, I'll have you pronounce hidden.
Hidden.
Um, um, and Tlaju is uh, to behave or to act a certain way. Um, this negative sentence, like a lot of idea sentences that are negative, start with gum. Not all, but a lot of them do. Because gum is a negative, and then we add on glottal stop to the verb. Um, because that's also a negative. And the gun at the end is present tense. And done is you. So it means you don't know how to behave or you don't know how to act. um, so I need to do some phonetics, don't I? Gum, dung, la, ju, gun. Gum, dung, la, ju, gun. So I made sure to pour my tone into ju, and then I went low tone with ungung. Gum, dung, tlaju, ungung. Gum, dung, tlaju, ungung. Gum, dung, tlaju, ungung. Ralph.
Gum, dung, tlaju, ungun.
How, and it would be true sarcasm if we said those together.
You don't.
um, this this could be a reprimand. Um, um, I'm a nerd when it comes to hidden words and phrases, so I think this one is interesting. It just isn't in the sentence, keep isn't in the sentence, and quiet isn't in the sentence. So what I have here in parentheses, what it really breaks down is it is to be without voice or words. So it's a hidden way of calling for silence or to just keep quiet. And I did a scripted conversation and I used this phrase, and I should show it to you. It is, and then we'll come back to it. Um, it is hilarious. Um, So I like to do scripted conversation. Um, so you could see our and sometimes here, sometimes Kuntal Hana will do scripted conversation with me. That's Emily Eden Shaw. Um, so in this script, I'm Huya Ewants, Big Raven, and Cot Juice, that means little deer. So, and Huya Ewants and Cot Juice are good friends, and they could use sarcasm and talk to each other any way they want to. So I asked Little Deer, did you sleep well last night? She says, no, I didn't sleep well. I'm still sleepy. And then I brag about how I slept really hard last night. And and Ida, she says, Dungas, goody night logging, which is normally a really positive phrase, meaning I'm happy for you. But she's scowling and clapping her hands because she didn't sleep well and she doesn't want to hear that I had a good night's sleep. Then I asked her if she's thirsty, what would she like? And she says, yes, of course I'm thirsty. Where's my coffee? Where's my orange juice? She's pretty bossy. And I say, you talk too much. Stop talking. And she says, well, get going. Hucksta is a pretty popular exclamation in Haida. And I go along with it and I say, yes, indeed. Here's some coffee and orange juice. And she's like, finally. So I try to reprimand her a little bit and say, if you're stubborn too, that's no good. And she's in no mood to hear a reprimand. And it's morning time. So she's like, that's not right. Oh, good grief. I'll just go back to bed. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I will cook breakfast for you. What are you hungry for? And she says, fine. I'm hungry for eggs, bacon, and potatoes. Get started. And I play along. Sure thing, the food will be ready soon. And she fires back, just keep quiet. I'm sipping my coffee. And then I say, the food is ready. Come and get it. And she's no mood to get up because she's sitting down enjoying her coffee. So she's like, what did you say? Bring the food out. And again, I play along. No worries, it's all good. Here's the food. And she's like, thank you. I'll eat to my heart's content. And that's all. But um, but it's hilarious when we do this script. Um, it's I can't keep a straight face. I just end up cracking up laughing. Um, so I had to show you that phrase, just keep quiet, used in scripted conversation. Let's see what's in chat. Okay. Um, I lost my memory. Did you say this one, Ralph? You're on mute. You already did. Okay. Um, so this one, we need phonetics. So kill, on, on, is. Now our is pronounced slightly different than in English. In English, we say is, In the Haida one, we say is. So kill hadant is. Just keep quiet. Kill hadant is. That's it. Kill hadant is. Kill hadant is. Kill hadant is. Kill hadant is. Ralph, you're on mute.
Kil Kil Hadan is.
On Hulagan. How okay. And these phrases were also in the scripted conversation, but it looks like I'm gonna have to bump this down to the next page because we want it all on one page, and I need to do phonetics. We need another space there. Okay, going into phonetics. Done. Gusu. Josh. Lee. Strong Lee sound there. Gun. Dungusu. Just Lee gun. Excuse me. Dun Gusu. Just Lee gun. You talk too much. So dung is you. Gusu talk. Just Lee can be like very or exceedingly. When used with la, it can mean best. So dung gusu, just Lee gun. Gun is just present tense. Dung gusu, just Lee gun. Dung gusu, just Lee gun. Ralph.
Rob, the phonetic gusu, in some cases, with maybe with other letters, would that be gu-su, like few?
Yeah,
Or
there's
is it,
different ways I could do it. I could also do it like this too. Can I gusu?
that's easier for me if I'm
Yeah,
understanding things.
yeah. And let me
Um,
get rid of this red squiggly line. And then this part here is meant to sound like Josh, Josh, Josh.
yeah, just, yeah, yeah. The HL, yep. Oh, that one's clear enough the way that you use um, or the way you write out the phonetics. Here, let me grab this. Um, so what made me think of it is when we're saying, if I was to say or sing um, hu yakias gin klang estas, so the phonetics is H-E-W like hue, or should it be H-O-O like who? For who yakias, like
Oh,
help us to do this right. I think
um,
um,
it's
what you
it's
had sent me.
it's it's who. Maybe I should have typed HOO.
Okay, good. That's what I yeah. Instead of HUE, I'll write in HOO for phonetics.
Yeah, just as long as you know that the HOO is gonna sound like
Who?
no, who isn't right. Um, that's more like a owl sound. What am I trying to? Ooh, ooh. Oh, I guess it is. Um, ooh, 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 ooh. There's a tone mark there.
Mhm.
Um, so it wouldn't exactly sound like HOO, but ooh, ooh. Um, there's a little bit of tone to it.
Is it like a silent H? So like ooh or ooh?
No, no, it's a full-on regular H. Uh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
Um, yeah,
But it's definitely not hue, like the hue of a car or the hue of
yeah, yeah. You're right. So the HOO is better for phonetics.
okay. Thank you.
Of course. I like questions. Questions are a good thing. Um, it's one of the many ways in which we learn. Okay, so we still have to pronounce this phrase, Dangusu, just liegen. Ralph?
Dung Gusu Just Ligan.
Ah, how, oh, that is hilarious. And this is what's also hilarious is this is recorded and going on YouTube. So we got two owls having a conversation. Okay. I'm gonna try to do the phonetics lawn, like lawn, but with a T in front of it. See where I'm going there?
Mhm.
Lawn, um, goo, sue. Um, so this is a command. It doesn't have a command marker in it. Not every command has a command marker in it. Um, so this one's simply clan, goosu, clan, goosu, clan, goosu. It sounds really Haida. So um, um, when we speak Haida, it's okay to pour in a Haida accent because the Haida accent comes directly from the language itself. So, Shlan, Usu. It sounds very Haida. Shlan, Usu. Ralph,
Plan Gusu.
um, oh, oh, this is also from a scripted conversation. Um, except for without the sarcasm. Sorry, I got the giggles now. Um, Dan and Kurinai. Uh, La is still La. We have that in English, like the musical scale, as you know, well know, Ralph. And then um, this verb um, needs to start with ow, ow, and then low tone, ya, yagen, ow, ow, yagen, ow, yagen, ow, yagen, ow, yagen, like that. So done. Um, and then there's the rule, whatever word comes before an HL blend, whether it's capital like this or lowercase, it has to be pronounced together. So in phonetics, I have unt to cover these two words. So dung, unt, goodinai, la, hauyagan. Let me get rid of these red squiggly lines. Dung, unt, goodinai, la, hauyagan. Dung, unt, goodinai, la, hauyagan. Ralph.
Dung unth goodinai la aujagen.
Hulagan. How now iskit is our verb to forget. He is to do so on a habitual basis. And gung is present tense. Di iskit gigun. I always forget. Okay, time for phonetics. This is gonna sound like keys, like car keys or house keys. But the K is kicked out of the mouth. And then we have git. Then we have gee. Not to sound like, gee whiz. This is gonna be gee, a real strong gee sound. And then gun. Gee, gee skit, gee gun. I always forget. D, iskit, D, iskit, gee gun. Yeah. D, iskit, gee gun. Ralph.
Die kiesgit gigan.
Except for we're kicking the K from the back of the throat. D, iskit, gigan. D, iskit, gigan. D, iskit, gigan.
Die kiesgit gigan.
Um, um, yeah. This A here, we call it a loaded K because it's underlined and has a glottal stop. So we push the back of our tongue up towards our tonsils, and that creates an airflow blockage. And then we kick the K from back there.
Kiesgit, kiesgit.
Yeah. So that's one of our 4 Ks, the loaded K. Okay, so this one here, I'm gonna need to do some phonetics immediately. Okay, the first part is gonna sound like the word. Uskla san u. Oh, I forgot. Uh-oh. Sue. So this is going to be said all in one go, really. Uskla san usu. Speak slowly, or if you're in a room full of noisy kids and you want them to be quiet, this acts as a reprimand or command. Gustlasan, gusu, gustlasan, gusu. I guess there could be a slight break right here. We definitely have to pronounce these two together because of the rule. Gustlasan, 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 gusu. Speak slowly or be quiet. You're a room full of noisy kids. Gustlasan, gusu, Ralph,
Gustlason, Gusu.
Long, Hulagan, how Okay, I need to bring this down to the next page and do some phonetics. Goose, la, son. So we have that again. And then this time we have a different verb. This OW, I mean it to be ow, ow. Ow. This K is kicked from the middle of the mouth. So Gustlasan, ow. Sit down slowly or sit down carefully. Gustlasan, ow. Gustlasan, ow. Gustlasan, ow. Gustlasan, ow. Ralph,
Gustlason, Awa.
long. Oh, we're at the end. The next one is to walk slowly. Um, yeah. So Gustlasan ka, Gustlasan ka, Gustlasan ka. The underlined K, I'm pronouncing it from back here, but I'm not kicking it. Gustlasan ka, Gustlasan ka, Gustlasan ka. Ralph.
Gustlason, Ka. Ka.
Gulag and how let's take a look at the Haida alphabet. This will give you necessary tools for pronunciation. Okay, the single A in Haida right here is like the U in fun. That's a short sound. Our Haida word that starts with a single A is a sky, meaning this, these, or those. The double A in Haida has a long ah sound, like the A in awesome. Our hidden word that starts with a double A is Haji. Haji, meaning this here are these. I'm not going to do the letters that are the same as in English. We will go over this one though. Like Xaad Kil means the Haida language, but the D here in hot can also be spelled with a T. The reason is pronounced between a D and a T, so it could be spelled with a D or a T. Another example is Ayat, meaning today. It could be spelled with a D at the end or a T at the end. So when you know this, you know it's the letter is pronounced between a D and a T. Okay. Yeah, this one, the double E or the EI. Some people spell it. Some people spell this word here EEHL. I'm used to spelling it EIHL, meaning because of our width. And it has a strong A sound, like the A in the English word sleigh. So this word is pronounced H, H, H. There's lots of HL blends in Haida. Okay, the underlined G, there's no English equivalent. Put the tip of your tongue against your bottom front teeth, blowing out from the top of your throat. It's going to have a raspy H sound. I don't want to do it too much. I'll end up sounding like a dog with its tongue out. Our Haida word, starting with the underlined G, is Han. Han. Han, meaning berry. Yes, Ralph.
When that underlined G is after an S or any other consonant, maybe it's silent?
That's a very, very good question.
Like in salons?
Yeah.
Or is there a little h sound that we're just not hearing?
There is a little something there. This one is hard to explain. Um, hmm. With salons, there is air being blown from the back of the throat, but Here's another example. Um, Chan, Chan, for whoops, killer whale. Okay, we're not we're not going to pronounce it like Sean. That doesn't work. Um, it'll end up sounding more like son. But
Yeah.
there's um, there is air being blown from the back of the throat. Son, son. So um, you could barely hear it, um, but you could feel it when you pronounce it. Son, you could feel the air coming from the back of your throat going out your mouth. So it's not if we say son with the front of our mouth, then we're using the English mouth. If we say it with blowing air from the back of the throat, like son, then we're using a Haida mouth, and you could feel the air. We just have to be careful to not pronouncing it Sean. But yeah, it's a tricky one. Um, practice, practice, practice on that one.
Mhm.
Um, but some Haida pronunciations are, let's see, this one here, this Haida X here, there's no English equivalent. And yes, it's going to have an H sound. Um, like back when the elders were still alive, you couldn't say to them, oh, it sounds like it English and H, because they would be like, no, no, no. Um, but it does sound like an H, but you're using a Haida mouth.
Yeah.
So if we put the middle of our tongue near the roof of our mouth, blowing air over it, your upper lip is sticking out slightly over the bottom lip, and you could feel the air dropping downwards. And this is true because you could literally try it out on yourself. I'll do it right now with this verb to dance. Gosh, I could feel a strong downward air movement. Gosh, gosh, it's hitting my palm of my hand really hard. Gosh, I know that I am pronouncing that Haida X with a Haida mouth. Um, and these instructions work. It gives you the tools to pronounce these letters the way an elder would have, which helps us with, therefore, with authentic pronunciation. I hope I answered your question, Ralph.
Yes, how
Yeah. Okay, now we're going into the HL blend that we've been talking about. And this one is another one that really helps. If you follow these instructions to the T, it will work and it'll eliminate trying to do that LTH sound in English because we'll be pronouncing it authentically using a Haida mouth. And it might feel awkward, but once you get into it, it'll become second nature. Um, and it needs to become second nature because HL blend is so prevalent in a lot of our phrases and sentences. So we put the tip of our tongue behind our upper front teeth, like so, keeps our lips at a slant, and blow out air from the sides of your tongue. And on both sides of the mouth, you'll feel air escaping when you pronounce the HL blend. Little tiny bit of air. That's not anywhere like when we did Kiosk. That was a big blast of air. This is really tiny. Um, so, for example, this is our traditional departure phrase in Haida. It's very, very, very popular. So it's and because of the rule, Dalang and are going to be pronounced together as Dalang, 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 House, Dalang, Kang Song. I will see you again. Let's see what's in chat. Yes, I will email you. Let me write this down. Do you want this in the email too, Ralph?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is very popular house Dalang Hang song. I will see you again. Um we tend to like to say I'll see you again versus goodbye. Some people say we don't say goodbye, but technically we do. If you look in the dictionary under kill law, you'll see it says that it means hello, goodbye, to give thanks, that type of thing. Okay, so the Haida I has a I sound, like the I in the English word vin, or Haida word starting with a single I is iskien. And I have it in parentheses, the way phonetically the way it sounds. Iskien, Iskien. It for some reason the way they spell it, it looks like Iskian, Iskian, but it's not pronounced that way. It's pronounced Iskien, and is used between nouns. To use between verbs, we use oops, trying to highlight down here. Gian. Again, it's pronounced Gian, but I mean, it's spelled Gian, but pronounced Gian. The double I in Haida has a really strong E sound, um, like the two E's in the English word sheen. Um, a Haida word that starts with a double E is Enong, 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 herring. Okay. Um, the first K is we like the K that we have in English, so we don't have to go over that one. The pinch K, and we did have this word earlier, casket, and it's kicked from the middle of the mouth. Put the middle of your tongue against the roof of your mouth, and it blocks off the airflow. You could literally feel the middle of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. And that's where you kick the K from. Casket, 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 casket. And practice over and over, and it becomes second nature. The underlined K, you block off the airflow back here. I mentioned it earlier. Push the back of your tongue against your tonsils, and you can feel it really well. Your back of your tongue is against your tonsils, and the airflow is closed off, and then you simply pronounce the K from back here. There's no kicking, you just pronounce the K. Our hide a word with underlined K example is quions, quions, meaning precious, valued, treasured, expensive, those types of words. And we had it earlier when we said our traditional departure, house, Dalunk, King Song. I'll see you folks again. We had it right here. House, Dalunk, King Song. I'll see you folks again. Okay. We have about 60 seconds left. I'm going to sing the departure song. The great thing about the departure song, it'll have a lot of the phrases we talked about in it. House down, King Song, D2E, D2E. House down, King Song, D2E, D2E. G squad and we get lost on. G squad and we get lost on. The Monagasking, D2E, D2E. The Monagasking, D2E, D2E. Degrees, D2E, D2E. Degrees, D2E, D2E. So the translation is, I'll see you again, my friend, my friend. Hope all good things come your way. Take good care, my friend, my friend. Return to me, my friend, my friend. How thank you guys for being in class today. It was good to see you all. Weekend
Thank
guy
you.
last. Have a good weekend, you guys.
Thank you.
Uh-uh.
Bye.
How